Well, what's up, folks? It is now episode 46. If you guys were just watching with us not too long ago, I'll bring up the screen here so you guys can see. We just had whoops, not that one. Of course, things can go a little squirrely here. We just had on with us not too long ago Mr. Carlos Vega, which is running for district attorney, the Democratic candidate running for DA in Philadelphia. So if you guys missed that show, of course, you can go back to BroadStreetSouth.com, watch the replay. Great interview with Carlos, and we wish him nothing but the best here as he is marching on forward to May 18th. And we encourage everyone to vote for Carlos May 18th for district attorney out in Philadelphia so we can make our streets safer again. And yes, I can say we because even though I moved out of the city never leaves me. So let's hope that Carlos gets the job done here on May 18th. Tonight, of course, it is draft night as I'm looking here in the studio monitors of what's going on. Jamar Chase just went over to the Bengals, and we've seen other interesting picks here so far in picks 1, 2, and 3. No surprise there by Trevor Lawrence. But I'm going to bring on the team here so we can get things underway. And again, thank you for tuning in tonight. We do appreciate it. We have a show coming up for you, reviewing of what's going on so far in the draft. Of course, tomorrow night, we also have a follow-up show. That show starts at 10 p.m. tomorrow evening. Now we'll run from 10 to 12 with our invited guests that we have on, which the sports contributor, Mike Sherman, will help me out with all the names because it's a plethora of people that we're going to have on for tomorrow night. It should be a lot of fun. You're going to have Fuji, myself, Mike Sherman, Ryan Neff, and Nick Lisi, who is celebrating his last night out there in Clemson University tonight. So we hope that Nick is having tons of fun out there in Clemson. But let's get everybody into the studio. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm Angel, and this is, as soon as I can get over there, this is Broad Street South. Fuji is live on location down there at the link, so hopefully he will be joining us here momentarily. We will see if he joins us. We know that Kelly and Bree and Candace McLean, all those guys and girls are down there, so we hope everyone's enjoying their night at the link. But of course, the other people that I cannot do the show with, of course, the sports contributor, Mike Sherman. Mike, how are you this evening?
I am fantastic. The Philadelphia Eagles are 7 picks away from their selection at number 12. And as I look at my phone, it looks like the Miami Dolphins, the pick is in for the Miami Dolphins. It has not been made just yet. But as soon as it pops up on my phone, I will let you know who the Miami Dolphins selected, which means that now, once that pick is in, the Philadelphia Eagles will be 6 picks away. Let's get ready for a new regime in Philadelphia. Let's do it. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
And listen, I did see some smart guy there waiting in the green room, and I don't know if he wants to do it again or not, but he had put his own little bling on there. And it's our national correspondent here with his KC hat. So he had it up, flashing for everybody. We understand. We get it. It's okay. They got a ring. I know they got 2, one more than us, but it's all right. It's no worries. Ryan, how are you this evening?
Hey, man, I'm having a blast here at the Creekside Bar and Grill in Limerick, Pennsylvania. Come on down. I've been watching the draft here, the last couple of picks. I've got a problem with a couple of them already. We'll see what the Dolphins do. But Chiefs don't have a pick in the first round because they got another great offensive lineman to protect Patrick Mahomes. The Delco accent would go, Mahomes is in the house. So we'll see what happens with the rest of the draft. But I'm sure the Eagles fans are breathless with anticipation to see what happens. Will Waddle fall to them? Will Devontae Smith fall to them? What will they do? Is Harry going to get stoned tonight by the fans? We shall see.
That we shall. And of course, we cannot do the show with these folks right here.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
And let it begin as I posted earlier today, not only on Instagram, but Facebook and Twitter, the throwback pictures of April 29th, 2017. I remember that being a kind of a miracle year for our birds. And thanks to Fans of Philly, by the way, our birds, you can travel with them to Vegas, to Denver, to Atlanta, wherever you want to go. Go to fansofphilly.com. You can also go to our website, broadstreetsouth.com. That's spelled stsouth.com. Take a look at Fans of Philly, and even not even just you don't have to even wait for the NFL season. The Phillies are traveling up to the Yankees, up to the Bronx, and heading up to Fenway Park. So check out that package within itself as well. So check out Fans of Philly. And if you guys want to find out any kind of packages, they will have it up there. Or if not, email Joe directly at joe@fansofphilly.com. That's fansofphilly.com. We thank them for being a sponsor of our show, the primary sponsor, and we absolutely love that they're on board with us. So, gentlemen, we've seen now, we've had, 4 picks at this point go through. So, a recap of the top 3 that have been taken.
So at this point, 6 picks have been made. The Jacksonville Jaguars took Trevor Lawrence. The New York Jets took Zach Wilson. San Francisco 49ers took quarterback Trey Lance. The Atlanta Falcons took Kyle Pitts. The Cincinnati Bengals took Jamar Chase. And the most recent pick by the Miami Dolphins, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. Detroit Lions are on the clock. Oh, my goodness. Penei Sewell is falling. He's falling.
Now, hold on.
I just saw that post. Aaron Rodgers is not going to go to the Broncos.
Well, listen, I'm going to bring you some breaking news because our correspondent there on the floor at the link, and again, as he takes a swig of his Miller Lite,
fellas?
you got it link.
We are live from Lincoln Financial Field. Draft night 2021, folks. How's everybody doing?
There he is. The situation.
The solution. He was the situation. I'm the solution.
Mike,
there ain't no situation.
No defensive players taken in the first 6 so far.
Nope, nothing.
Nope, not yet.
Who's going? Hey, I wouldn't be shocked if Haley pulls off the offensive tackle. Hey, I'll take Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. The guy can play both sides of the line. This team needs a starter right away to plug in, especially if you're going to go Jalen Hurts at QB, which is still the big question down here. The rain has passed. It came in like a tsunami. I mean, I'm like right here, and it just came in like gangbusters.
Where's your poncho?
I don't need one. I think it's soaked, though. Luckily, I stood in the tunnel.
Detroit pick is coming up.
Detroit pick is in.
How's everybody doing, folks?
We're doing good. I'm thinking they're going to go Devonta Smith.
No, Fuji, how are you doing?
Ryan,
I'm doing
Detroit.
good. Having a couple of Stone Cold Steve Weisers. And that's the bottom line. Go Stone Cold said so.
Detroit has no receivers. They have no receivers whatsoever. I think this is an obvious pick of Devonta Smith, which means that Sewell is going to fall even further, which is unbelievable.
The Lions,
unbelievable, baby.
The Lions are in full rebuild mode, and they gotta get Goff some kind of weapons. But I mean, I don't know how their offensive line is. It's probably not too bad, but they definitely have to get Goff some kind of weapons because all the receivers rolled. They bolted once Stafford was gone. So,
which is all the more reason I think they're going to take Devonta Smith here.
Fuji,
yeah.
Who would you prefer the Eagles take at 12 now?
Who's on the foul? Where are we at? Number 6, 7?
7.
I'm going to say offensive line. Everybody may disagree, but the line starts up front. You know, you got, I would say Jordan Mailata's the lock for the left tackle, but Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks are getting older. So, and like I said, Slater can play both sides of the line on left or right tackle. So you need somebody to plug in right away. Start up front. Get a stud that'll be a cornerstone for the next 10 years that'll be protecting the quarterback. Lane and Brandon Brooks, that right side, they're making tons of money and they're just injury prone.
But call me nuts, though.
I mean, nobody knows about Andre Dillard. Kelsey's probably on his way out after this. So go right, start offensive line. Believe me, I want the offensive stud, but they're flying off the board like gangbusters.
Angel, you're not going to get a word in.
Call me nuts. But Sherman, did you and I not mention that earlier on about going offensive line? And wasn't someone stuck on the defensive end and now he switched over and said, now let's go offensive line? Am I right?
Listen, I've been talking about offensive line for the longest time.
There ain't no defensive linemen that are worth taking.
Yeah, Quiddy.
They're no studs. It's not like what's his name who was drafted by Washington last year. Chase Anders? No, not Chase Anders.
Anybody take notice that Justin Fields is probably going to drop because he came out and said that he was managing his epilepsy. Now, I don't know how many teams are going to want to take that. We'll see how far Fields drops. So.
Yeah, he'll go to the Patriots.
They never know. They weren't talking. Yo, Patriots were in talks with Carolina about moving up again.
Here we go.
All right, come on. Ryan, this is all you.
Damn. There he goes. Sewell's out of here. Watch that, baby.
That's right.
They had to. They didn't have a choice.
Out of here, home run, Penny Sewell.
Sewell falls to you at that position. You've got to take him.
Yeah. He's a stud in the making for the next 10 years. How can you
anchor your offensive line? The kid's 6'5", weighs 335. He's athletic on his feet. You know, and once the NFL coaches get a hold of him, forget it. That's the anchor of your offensive line for the next 5-10. What do you want?
I was told to put my mask on.
Oh,
security.
You could have had it.
But I'll break that rule. You know that.
Should have brought a better mask. Though.
When do I listen?
Crime doesn't pay.
I was the bad kid in school, in detention.
There's a shock.
Some of the folks out there may remember that.
Good old
going back a few years.
Good old Jug.
The Fuji and the Junior. Yeah. There you go. The law,
the justice under God.
The law office of Fuji and Juru.
That would be crazy.
It would be nice. I want to bring up here a couple of quick comments. Rick Marcus says if Howie messes this up, he'll become a Jets fan.
You're a Jets fan.
Jets fan.
Joey B says, what's up, fellas? I got you covered in Denver. LOL. Rumor that Aaron Rodgers testing the waters in Denver. The Broncos are listing Rodgers' girlfriend lives here in Boulder, Colorado.
Joey B, you nut. I got one in my hand for you. This is for you, Joey B.
Now, Carolina needs offensive line help, and they probably thought Sewell was going to fall to them. Now let's see what Carolina does. You got rid of Bridgewater. You got a lot of draft picks. They need cornerback help, wide receiver help, safety help, and tight end help. So we'll see how they go here. I don't know how they're going to go. My guess is they're probably going to take a look at Smith, so we'll see what happens.
But they'll end up going Rashawn Slater.
Probably.
Hey, I'm for it. Why not?
Well, we shall see.
Hey, Angel,
why not?
You want to get a word in, buddy?
Did I just hear Fuji getting yelled at?
Fuji getting yelled at?
Nah, they're doing something on the field for the fans.
Okay. I thought you told me you were going to get Howie on.
No, I just got told to put my mask on.
Yeah, follow directions.
Looks better.
I never did. Why start now?
Yeah.
I'll be 50 in another year. What's the difference?
I don't know.
What's
it could be a good thing.
Yeah, I do what I want to do. I don't care.
See, I don't have to worry about the first round. Huh? I can just sit back and watch everybody else's grief.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, so Fuji, we talked about it beforehand, and we tried to get, by the way, Carlos Vega to make a pick here for us, whether it be an O-line or not. And he said he didn't want to make the wrong pick, so he chose not to do so. We've talked about so far, if Devontae Smith is not there for the Eagles at the 12th pick, do the Eagles then drop down further and just make a trade for someone, let's say to the 22nd pick?
I don't know what's going to be there. I mean, why not take Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn? You need a D-back because Darius Slay's not going to be here in another year anyway. It's a passing league. You need a shutdown corner. Like,
yeah, but what's the Eagles' most important need with the first pick?
Defense.
All right, then.
Defense.
I say Slater on the offensive line or J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain at D-back.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the player who we won at 10, Dallas is going to snag that player because Dallas needs defense too. There hasn't been a defensive player taken yet in this draft. The Eagles pick in 5 picks. So, listen, they're going to get one of the 5 between Caleb Farley or Patrick Surtain.
He's got a bad back.
Warren.
We don't want him. Farley, you don't want. He's got back issues.
See, I've heard it's 50-50. I heard it's 50-50 in Dallas on Surtain and J.C. Horn. And I've got a gut feeling that Dallas is going to take Horn. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've known to be wrong before.
Yeah, so have I.
Well, who knows? Maybe Howie's working the phones right now and pulls a miracle about 2 blocks away from where I am right now.
Panthers pick is in. We're just waiting for the commercials to be done. But I'm gonna pose a question to our viewers. Does Angel look like John Cicada or does he not? I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna stick out to our viewers. Whether you vote on, whether you vote here, wherever you want to vote. I say he looks like John Cicada, and
I don't want to find another way. Make it through the day without you. Yeah, you do look like John Cicada.
Oh man, this is like New Year's Eve. This is fantastic.
It sure is. Listen, I know Ryan's trying something new tonight, and he is at a bar.
On air.
His mic is a little tinny, so we apologize. We know we're trying to get the feed here correctly. He doesn't have the Mike Fuji mic when Mike Fuji is at home, but he will get a better mic the next time he goes on the road here. So,
I tried to get my laptop and the mic into the link. They told me I couldn't bring nothing in, so I tried. I tried to get a seat at the draft table with Howie and the boys, but they won't let me in the NovaCare complex.
Oh man. That's a tough break.
That's right. Listen, it's of course here comes Joey B.
Unless somebody watching knows how to get us in with NFL communications, I'll be happy to take the job and be the Eagles beat reporter for Broad Street Sale.
There you go.
By the way, no Joey B was the first one trying to. You got your wish.
Oh my God!
I can't read the comments. It's like very small on my phone here.
You got to open the next show with that video.
What's the video?
Just another day without you.
Yeah, as long as I don't get flagged here by YouTube. So looks like
they took J.C. Horn.
What? They took J.C. Horn?
I told you they needed cornerback.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy. And the first.
Now Dallas is going to take Surtain.
Yeah. And, oh, my goodness.
No, somebody always throws a wrench into the mix.
Oh, boy. Leave it to Carolina.
Yeah, well, the names are going to start disappearing. I mean, you look at it, right? So Teddy Bridgewater is gone. He went to Denver, and again, no offense to Teddy Bridgewater. I know he's been dealing with a lot of. He's tried to come back as best he possibly could in the NFL, barring the injuries that he's had. But if Carolina did not see the same production, obviously, that New Orleans saw, and even though you came in for Drew Brees, don't get me wrong, things can happen. You can have that spark, magical moment. We know we saw it with our former quarterback, number 11. Obviously, Denver is looking other ways. Who knows if Aaron Rodgers, as Joey was saying, if Aaron Rodgers decides to go, Joey says, oh, by the way, speaking of Joey, he says, here come the Broncos. This will be interesting. And I wonder if then the Broncos would decide if they make the trade out. I guess I'll post a question up to you guys, and I'll bring up Ryan's mic here momentarily. Would the Broncos, depending on which way they go here, if they decided to move away from their pick, does that mean there's a possibility they're talking to Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I heard that deal was almost done. Like one of these guys, I don't know how true it is, but this guy was talking to 3 Packer fans. It's like 3 number 1s involved, Teddy Bridgewater and something else, going to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers. How true it is, I don't know. Gentlemen, your take?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's afraid to, pull the trigger on stuff like that. Look, Aaron Rodgers can definitely play in the cold weather, so that definitely wouldn't be an issue. But, Drew Lock is a young quarterback, and if you give him weapons to get a little bit better, then they can very quickly become a better team in the AFC West and see what they can do. How old? Aaron Rodgers is what? 37 years old. 38 years old. So a lot of teams are not going to pull the plug on that.
Denver drafted Jerry Jeudy last year, and if he goes there, they got some pretty good receivers in Denver. So, Rodgers can work with anybody. He'll make anybody look good.
Right, so
I doubt the trade will happen, but who knows?
I want to get Ryan's take here because of the mic and the audio in the background, I know they're saying they can barely hear in and out when your mic is on. So, gotcha. Ryan, your take as far as what the little discussion was here.
Can you hear me a little better?
We can hear you as far as the mic is good. It's just because it's picking up on all the audio from the background.
Aaron Rodgers has to ask himself a question. If I go to Denver, am I going to win a Super Bowl? And with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, the way they're going, does Aaron Rodgers really think he's going to win that division or get a wild card and go to the Super Bowl? They have way more needs than a quarterback. Way more needs than a quarterback. So, as far as I'm concerned, if the deal is right and Green Bay can't pass it up, then yes, they have to make the deal. But I said this before and I'll say it again. Don't be surprised if the Minnesota Vikings get involved somehow because this is almost paralleling Brett Favre's career. They both have one Super Bowl win. Brett Favre went to the Vikings later on in his career, and he got crucified for it. But he wanted to win another. He wanted to win another Super Bowl. He wanted to get to another Super Bowl. So Aaron Rodgers really, in a nutshell, has to ask himself that question: if I go to Denver, if that's my best option, do I want to go up against Kansas City year in and year out till I retire? And I don't think that's his best option. I don't. He'd be better off going to the Saints because he's got a better opportunity there with the weapons that they have and that defense.
Can I make a point about just the way you're saying? Tampa Bay laid the blueprint on how to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So how do you know Mahomes and the crew may not fall off next year because Tampa Bay brought it? Todd Bowles knew how to shut down Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, like I said. So if Rodgers goes to Denver, don't count out AR-12. He's been in the NFC title the last 2 years. He's a Super Bowl champion. He knows how to win. So don't put all your money on Mahomes just yet because if Rodgers goes to Denver, he might just pull it off.
It's not Kansas City that he has to be worried about. It's all the other teams. It's Buffalo. It's Cleveland. It's Miami. It's Pittsburgh. It's and maybe even throw the Colts in there if Carson Wentz has some success out there.
Yeah.
It's not just Kansas City out in the AFC. If he wants to get back to the Super Bowl, I think the NFC is much more wide open. I think it's much more wide open to get there.
Well, if you remember when Peyton Manning went to Denver, they had Emmanuel Sanders and a couple other stud receivers, and that just put them over the top. The second year after they lost to Seattle in the Super Bowl when they beat Carolina back in 2015. So this sounds like it could be the same thing if Aaron Rodgers ends up in Denver. But I think Rodgers can pull it off.
If Denver's taking the full timer.
Denver's taking the full time. Well, I don't think that they expected J.C. Horn to go to Carolina. Not that they were going to take Horn, but I think this is wide open, and they're looking to listen to as many trade offers as possible. And for everybody watching Broad Street South, thank you for watching our show tonight. The Eagles are picking in a couple of picks. It's going to be fantastic. And Angel, can you put up our sponsor, Philly in the South, so that everybody watching can know about all the trips that they have this year to support our Philadelphia Eagles? Fans of Philly, go to fansofphilly.com, the official sponsor of Broad Street South. They have lots of trips coming up for either the Eagles, the Phillies, the Sixers, or the Flyers. check them out. They are the official sponsor of Broad Street South.
They sure are. Thank you for bringing up that point. You can also call them at 610-517-7171, 610-517-7171, and fansaphilly.com. You are right, Professor, that it is a place to go to and a place to say, I guess Fuji got kicked off the line somehow or another. Maybe security told him to get out finally.
Pick us in.
Pick us in. Go ahead.
We don't. Well, it just says, you know how everybody's got to talk first.
Oh, of course.
I defy anybody to go watch some of the earlier drafts that people weren't born yet. Go look at some of the earliest 80s drafts in the 70s and see how they did it back then, because it's way far above what it used to be.
It was done by Telegram back then.
It's the same thing with the World Series of Poker. If you watch the World Series of Poker, like the old ones, it's so different from what it looks like now. Absolutely insane.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. You're our man.
Wow, Pat Surtain.
Wow. Joey B, sorry, brother, you were wrong. They had to go offense with that pick. You had a 1-2 shot, and you were wrong. Sorry. I've been wrong before, too.
And you know what? Defensive back, from what I have here, was not one of their huge needs. But you know what Denver did? They took the best available player on the board that they had, on their board. That's exactly what they did. And you can hear in the background, there's a couple of Bronco fans here that are not happy.
So now, for everybody watching the program, we're about to get into the NFC East picks. Dallas at 10, the Giants at 11, and the Philadelphia Eagles at 12. Things are about to get absolutely nuts. I can't wait to see what happens with these picks. It could be feast and it could be famine. Are the Philadelphia Eagles actually going to take Justin Fields at 12? Tom Fogarty. Angel, find that comment from Thomas Fogarty. He said that the Eagles are going to go quarterback. There you go. Eagles go quarterback. Is it actually going to happen? Oh, my goodness. The quarterback factory. If the Eagles pick Justin Fields or Mac Jones in a couple of picks, the city will be turned upside down.
Now, I will say this about the Cowboys' next pick. Here's what I have Dallas needing.
Everything.
Their biggest need. Well, other than that. Cornerback, offensive line, safety, defensive line, and linebacker. Now, if they're going to stay true to form, the next available cornerback that I have off the board would be the Farley kid from Virginia Tech. Yeah. He was like I would say you had 1A, 1B, and then you had Farley. Are they going to take Farley because he's the highest rated player on their board, or are they going to go in a different direction?
I think they're going to go in a different direction. Farley's dealing with some back issues, as Fuji said earlier in the program. So, I don't think that they're going to go with Farley. But
I mean, they could go offensive line. I mean, their offensive line's old now. People retired.
And Rashawn Slater is still available, right?
Sean Lee just retired on the defense, linebacker-wise. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting to see where Dallas goes here. And all the Cowboy fans are probably, oh, my God, Surtain's gone. Oh, my God, J.C. Horn is gone. All the Dallas pundits that you heard for the last couple of months thought that one of those two guys was going to be available, and they weren't. So now what do?
Listen, can I just do my rap right now?
Sure.
Listen, I wrote a rap, and for everybody watching the show, when you hear the end of the rap, you'll understand that the Juru is sometimes wrong, right? So here we go. I'm looking at the paper. I didn't memorize it. Ready? Here we go. The Eagles are picking at number 12. No matter the selection, we will say, what the hell? If they draft O-line, they will say we got it wrong. We need a wide receiver for third and long. What about a quarterback? Is Fields the guy? Or maybe draft a running back? Who knows why? We need defense, and we need it bad. Trade down the pick and think of what we might have had that draft this Thursday. People think they are a guru, but now it's time to listen to the Juru. The pick is coming in, and a star will be born. The Eagles' pick is J.C. Horn. Not. Carolina screwed up the whole thing. The Carolina Panthers screwed it up for the Juru. Oh, man.
Here's a name that I haven't thrown out that if – all right, both of the cornerbacks are off the board. They do need safety help. One of the guys I had rated really high safety-wise was Trayvon Mooring, the kid out of TCU. Dude's 6'1", weighs 205. The kid can hit. I'm going to be interested to see if Dallas goes that way here.
I think they're going to go Micah Parsons. Sean Lee just retired, and I think they're going to fill the void with Micah Parsons. But you never know. They might want to protect Dak and that ankle that he broke last year and give some more protection for Ezekiel. Oh, my goodness. You know, give more room for Ezekiel Elliott to go.
Oh, the Cowboys traded the pick to the Eagles.
What?
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! Oh, my goodness.
You know why they did that? Because they didn't get Sertan and they didn't get Horn.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Put that Thomas Fogarty comment back up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Thomas Fogarty, if you are correct with the Eagles taking the quarterback, then the first beverage of choice is on me the first time that we get together. All I can do.
Guys, how many times have you seen division rivals in a draft trade with one another?
Ryan, that's unheard of. Angel,
it's insane.
Unheard of. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Oh.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what the Cowboys got and what the Eagles gave up.
Oh, my goodness. So now
the Eagles are obviously interested in somebody for them to move up one spot for some odd reason.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine if they go Kwity Paye from Michigan?
And
hey, maybe
he's probably losing his mind right now. They probably sent him home.
Well, no, he's trying to get back in. I sent him the link again, apparently, so he's trying to come back on here.
I told you, Sherm, it wasn't going to go according to plan.
No, of course not. Devontae Smith is still on the board.
Yep.
He's still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Philadelphia Eagles make Jalen Hurts happy and give him the weapon that they had together in Alabama?
This is why Jerry Jones and the Cowboys have no clue.
I'm live in the stands.
Did you hear, Fuji? Did you hear about it?
Yeah, that's why I'm online, brother. Because I'm the breaking news man.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm the straw that stirs this Eagles drink, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it like Muhammad Ali.
Just make sure with security behind you here.
Don't worry,
Mike.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm here.
Who do you want here? Do you want Devontae Smith? Do you want Micah Parsons? Do you want Kwity Paye? You want Justin Fields? Who do you want here at 10?
Pick your poison.
I still say that, to me, you go with Devontae Smith. I understand you want to go with
the third round pick.
If he takes the quarterback, it's over.
Or do the Eagles go offensive line like I've talked about for months in Rashawn Slater? Do they do it? Oh, my goodness. The field looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You better get this right, my man, or I'm driving over to the NovaCare. And they better barricade the place. So I'm coming in. Like,
just remember, this can be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring Beat Hawk. I'm going to bring back Jerome Brown, and we're going in for Howie.
Where did they get those pitchforks so quickly?
Just make the pick already.
I say they go Slater.
I'm not mad.
Man, if they go Slater, I talked about offensive line for so long in this program that this is what the Eagles needed to do. Kelsey's
the pick is in. The pick is in.
The pick is in. Oh, man, here we go.
We're just waiting. We're just waiting.
Howie just got off the phone. Howie doesn't look too happy. Hey, Fuji, you're about to lose because Howie didn't look too happy.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, my goodness.
You'll know
People feeling
from the sound behind me how this is going to go. You'll know by the sound behind.
Make the pick already.
You'll know there, too, where Fuji's at. So
Yeah.
I
Why do
can't
they gotta
believe that
drag
Dallas
it out?
said it.
they always drag it out, Fuji.
Come on, you
Of
know.
course, it's Philadelphia.
Oh my god.
Too many dramatics in this town.
Oh my goodness.
Make the damn pick. This is either going to be a celebration or bust.
Who picks? The Giants pick 11th, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So the other thing is maybe
Devontae
Philadelphia.
Smith is who the Eagles picked.
Maybe Philadelphia thought that the Giants were going to take.
Let's go.
Devontae Smith.
Welcome to Philly,
Come
Devontae
on,
Smith.
get down.
Here we go.
Speed up,
Here it
run
comes.
out there.
You might want to mute my
What the
mic,
hell's
Angel.
going on?
You might just want to mute my mic.
Just type it in the chat.
What is the hold on?
It's Devontae Smith. Trust me. It's Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I'll be seeing him play on this very field. Come on, Goodell, you already stood there talking to the guy already. Who cares what he said?
Oh my goodness.
Make the pick. We know. Yeah! We got it. Good call, Angel. We got it right, finally. Actually, I would have taken Jalen Waddle, not Devontae Smith.
Jalen Waddle went to
There's the
Miami.
link live.
Devontae Smith, welcome to Philadelphia.
You know who Devontae Smith is?
He's got his 70s tux on. He's ready to go to the disco.
He's that other little teeny receiver that you had that was always hurt.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. Devontae
Comes the
Smith.
Eagles fight song.
Now I bet you the Giants take. Quiddy Pay. They need edge help.
The road to victory. Fight, 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 fight. Eagles fight. Score a touchdown.
One, two,
One, two, three. Hit 'em low. Hit 'em high. Watch our Eagles fly. Fly.
Eagles fly
On the road.
to victory.
You heard it here first. You heard it here, folks. Live from Lincoln Financial Field.
And here we go with the Casey hat again.
Oh my!
Now go burn it. Let me get it, and it'll be torched. I will torch it on this show. You stinking fraud. You're a stinking lousy fraud. You're a stinking fraud, beard man.
So you got to take Howie Roseman out to dinner now. You're happy with the pick, huh?
There's hardly any beard left, Fuji. I shaved it
Plenty of
off.
beard left.
I cut it off.
You looked like a mountain man the other week. You shit kicker.
We'll take a look. Ryan, I'm going to mute your mic here for momentarily. So we're gonna be on just for a couple more minutes here because some of us have to get up at super dark early this evening. Tomorrow night, don't forget, folks, we're going to have a 2-hour show. It is going to be fantastic from 10 till midnight. God knows, it's Friday night. Maybe we'll party it up. Maybe the Drew, maybe he'll put on his Jean dancing machine outfit and just do something at midnight just because of all the fun that's going to end up happening. So you never know. Things can happen. We know that he loves the theater. We know that we can have performing arts by the professor himself. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But you're looking at Bill Alvstead, the Rough Cut Sports Network. Just Joe from formerly Cleveland's Finest Podcast. Now he's a quarterback and one of the AFL teams. So we'll hear more about him tomorrow night. You're also looking at Pollo. Who else am I missing here?
Michael Terrazas from the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep. So you have Mike on there. It's a huge amount of guests. Again, it starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow night till midnight. It should be fantastic. And again, who knows? It may run after a little bit of midnight. I'm pretty sure the producer didn't hear me because she's in the other room here. But it's going to be a fun night. Ryan, of course, Mike Sherman, Fuji will be back from location. And Nick, who's enjoying himself tonight on his last night with all his freshman friends down here at Clemson. We hope he's having a lot of fun. And we know he's underage. but just in case he is having a Coke, have one on us. So, Ryan, I'll bring your mic back up here. Again, we expect to have full house tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be us just pretty much shooting the crap. I see that Tom said the Giants traded their next pick to the Bears. Woo.
Got
The
some
producer
movement
happy
going
about
on.
that one. Yep.
Told you.
There'll be the need for the quarterback then. And then Joey B says, good job, Debbie.
Debbie's in the hizzle.
Yeah, so the producer's on the she's in, see, I like to call it the sound room. So here you have the studio, of course. Normally it's dark outside, so no one can see what's going on at this point. But she is in the sound room. She checks all the audio out to make sure everything is fine. And we still have more equipment to go because we will be on location throughout the different areas of Tampa. I am reaching out to some of the Bucks crazies that are down here because we like to get around the NFL a lot more this season. We have so much forward look to coming up this year. We're going around the league. That's why we have our national correspondent. That's why we also have Nick Lisi. Of course, we have Jose out there in Arizona. So there's so much going on this year that it's incredible. Sherman, if you can believe it, we're in April. So we're only about 3 months away from completing our first year at Broad Street South. I mean, there's a little bit of a name change, but the show is still the same. Tons still more guests coming up. We have Joe DeCamera coming up next week. The following week we have Seth Joyner, and we've got more guests to come. So it's going to be a lot of excitement here. The first year, as we've had folks like Derek Gunn, Greg Murph, who was just on with us not too long ago. Murph and the Phillies didn't do so too well today. Don't know what that blunder mistake was, but it's the Phillies. So a lot of good guests that we have on. We're going to have even more great guests in the future. So look forward to, and there might be a surprise guest, which I can't release at this moment, but a surprise guest that did say to reach out to him after the draft is over. So let's just hope it'll be a fun guest, we hope. So we're looking right now. Who do we have here?
Bears traded with the Giants, so the Bears pick is in. We're just waiting for the call.
Okay.
So Justin Fields is out there, and so is Mac Jones. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Bears select one of those two quarterbacks. We all know about the Bears quarterback situation the last 2 or 3 years. Some of the things I was hearing for the last week is that Fields and Jones's draft stock were dropping for whatever reason. So we'll see if the Bears pull the plug here.
This is a perfect spot to draft for Sean Slater, being that he went to Northwestern in Illinois. So it seems like it would make sense, and we've talked so much about the fact that offensive line is so important to the success of any team. And even though the Bears made the playoffs last year. Hey, remember, the Bears made the playoffs last year. And here they are picking at 11. But what a mess they are. So we shall see what they pick.
Here we go.
I'm saying Rashawn Slater.
I think they go quarterback. Sorry, folks, as well that we can't have it live for you on because of copyright infringement. We can't put on what I'm looking at here, my third monitor, the draft itself. So we just have to wait for our correspondent here to let us know who's in.
Wow, they're telling Roger to shut up here. And he's talking about COVID-19, and they're telling him to shut up.
Goodness.
You hear him?
Hey, we're a PG show. PG-13.
This is going to take a little bit.
Oh, boy.
What did you read? The Emancipation Proclamation?
Apparently.
Come on, man. People got to work tomorrow.
Oh, this won't be over till midnight.
I know.
Unfortunately, I won't be on until midnight. It's saying the pick is in, but I guess now it's just a wait and see game.
This guy's gonna make the pick.
Well, I'm pretty sure my producer here is dying to know exactly who we're going with.
Rashawn Slater, book it.
Well, here comes Goodell with the long walk on the stage. Wow.
Justin Fields.
Told you, QB. Ooh, buddy. Well.
Wow. Justin Fields.
Yep. The Chicago
Oh,
Bears
my
has a brand
goodness.
new quarterback for you.
Wow.
Now, Mac Jones is falling, so we'll see what happens with him the rest of the way here.
Who has the next pick? The Dallas Cowboys, right? Because
It's 12th, they trade down. Yep.
So
This is, you know me being, we've discussed this about former. I want to see how stupid Jerry and the boys are here. Because I know that everybody in Philadelphia talks about Howie Roseman and X, Y, and Z. I've said this to these guys before, ladies and gentlemen. Since the Cowboy, and I'm a former Cowboys fan, and I'll just get it out there. Ditched him about 4 or 5 years ago because as long as Jerry Jones is the owner, we'll be mired in mediocrity. So, since the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl, there are only 3 other teams that haven't made it besides the Cowboys. The Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings,
Right.
and the Washington football team. 4 teams from the NFC haven't made the Super Bowl since the Cowboys were there last. You know what that's called in today's world? Pathetic. That's what it is. It's horrendous. So I want to see how this goes because Cowboy Nation will be livid if they don't pick at least somebody that they had decent on their board. So I don't. Again, they need cornerback help. Didn't get their cornerback. They need offensive line help. We talked about that. They need safety help. Talked about that. Defensive line, they stink. They need defensive line help. And since Sean Lee retired, now they're gonna have to sort of shore up that linebacking core. So I'm gonna be interested to see where they go here. I think they're gonna go defense. I don't think they're gonna go offense here. I really don't.
yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, you look at Najee Harris or Travis Etienne out of Clemson for running backs. They don't need running back help right now. They have so many problems on defense. So you got to think that the pick here is either going to be Kwity Paye or Micah Parsons. One of those two, or they go offensive line with Rashawn Slater.
I mean, sure, that defense last year was horrendously bad. I mean, record-setting horrendously bad. And I told all my Cowboy fans, even if Dak would have stayed healthy last year and everybody on the offense would have stayed healthy, they would have had to outscore teams 40-38, 45-40 or something like that last year. That defense was beyond terrible. So, and here's the other thing. Dak's still going through rehab. Who's to say Dak's going to be ready at the beginning of the year? You don't know this. But if they do not shore up that defense, Angel, it's going to be much the same as last year.
No, it's true, but the reports came out today to support. Now, again, this is what we're hearing throughout. I guess out of Jerry Jones' camp is that Dak is making good progress. Now, do they have to rush him coming in to start the season? They don't have to. I mean, if you bring him in October, you're looking at once again a situation where we had with Carson Wentz. So you take Dak Prescott, you start him in October, so you can have a healthy run. If so, for the Cowboys coming in later into the season. But again, that could be neither here nor there because if Dak is ready. Come the beginning of the year, Dak, I'm pretty sure, will want to get in there, especially with that brand new healthy contract that he has. So, I don't know, we'll see. A lot of stuff can happen between here and the beginning of the year. I mean, depending on this pick here, what Dallas is going to end up doing. So, I mean, who knows even what the Giants do without, with what Dallas does. But to me, I think if Dak is not ready, don't push him. You guys know you have your franchise quarterback for the next 5 years, I believe was his contract. So keep him healthy. Wait until late September. It doesn't matter because Dallas either starts out really hot or they pick it up at the end of the season. But for me, why put the big rush and big pressure on Dak Prescott?
As far as I'm concerned, I've gone on record stating that if the Giants stay healthy with the offensive weapons they have and they can shore up that defense, they're my early favorites to win the NFC East. Here we go.
I would still go DCU. But
yeah, I think Ron Rivera would be a lot better off than the Giants will.
And now they have Ryan Fitzpatrick at the helm.
I'll be interested to see if they go with the safety from TCU here, but we'll see. Because the secondary last year was worse than the front seven. So, I mean, they just showed the defensive rushing stats, which were horrible, but that secondary was clueless.
We're saying traded down.
They're not going to trade down again. Stop. And for everybody watching the show, tomorrow night is going to be absolutely lit. You want to check out the show because not only are we going to talk about the Eagles and their pick of Devonta Smith, we have people coming on who are fans of other teams to talk about the Jaguars, the Falcons, the Colts, the Browns, the Giants, the Cowboys. And we have Ryan here as a Chiefs fan, even though they're not making a selection in the first round. Tomorrow night, it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Hey,
Micah Parsons.
As far as the Chiefs go tomorrow, I would not be too surprised if they take Travis Etienne, because that would be a hell of a 1-2 punch with Etienne, and when Edwards-Helaire comes back from his injury, what a hell of a 1-2 punch that would make.
Where do they pick in the second round? Early or late? Late, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
There's the music that we love.
I believe it'll be Micah Parsons.
Penn State?
I just heard, let's not be stupid, Jerry.
Who earns?
There you go. Micah Parsons.
They took Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
All right, so
You can hear the commotion going on behind me.
Yeah.
So it was a need they had to fill.
Right.
The kid's motor runs all the time. It's a good, safe pick. It's not a screw-up pick.
Yep, agreed.
Who do we got next? The G-Men?
No, it should be the Los Angeles Chargers. And look, this draft is going to go on for another 20 picks.
Yep.
It's going to go on for another 20 picks. So I don't know how long we're staying on with this. We can go all night, but we have the big show tomorrow night. We've gotten through the Eagles pick. We've gotten through the Cowboys pick. And we've gotten through all the sexy picks at this point. So most of the picks at this point, unless you're like a total NFL junkie, you're probably not going to know much about those people. The final question that I have before I log off is anyone surprised that DCU did not try to make a push to move up to number 11 to get Justin Fields in the spot where Chicago got him?
I would think so. I mean, you got to think about it. Right now, you have what? You just have Brian Fitzmagic down there in DCU. And not saying that he's going to be able to get the job done as well either. Who knows? But I would have thought they definitely would have made a push for Justin Fields. But then again, what do we know? Again, that's just the way it works. So it's going to be interesting the rest of the night here. What's going to happen? Of course, we're not going to see on the rest of the night. We're going to sign off here momentarily just for the evening. Tomorrow night, as the guru, the professor said, we're going to have a bang-up show tomorrow. Please do not miss it. That is from 10 o'clock till midnight. And if you guys make a big push, which I'm quite sure the professor won't have a problem, he will bust out his Gene, the dancing machine outfit, and he will do some sort of crazy dance for you guys at midnight. So anything can happen on our first post-draft night show. It is going to be exciting. Again, we're going to see Rough Cut Sports Network, Just Joe, Bill Ofsted, Boyle, and the list goes on. So tune in tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. We will see you guys then. Again, thanks to Carlos Vega running for DA. Again, go out there and vote May 18th. Make that change in Philly so we can make safer streets in Philly. And for Ryan, once again, where were you tonight?
The Creekside Bar and Grill here in Limerick, Pennsylvania, and I'll be here tomorrow night as well.
All righty. So again, Dougie, thank you. Tom and everyone else, of course, Joey B. Have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow, as Dougie says. For everyone who tuned in from Instagram, we thank you as well for tuning in. For our national correspondent, Ryan Neff, our sports contributor, Mike Sherman, and of course, our favorite sponsor, Fans of Philly. We will see everyone tomorrow night. Everyone have a great night.